Just a heads up about the video that you're about to watch. These are just the highlights from two 25-minute video clips, raw clips, unedited, that I had up on YouTube for years. In 2013, I used YouTube as a hard drive because computer hard drives were easily filled if you were shooting a lot of video. In the ensuing years, these videos have sat and collected views in tremendous quantities. One of them has 950,000 views, and that's unedited and all the scenes in between, which sometimes are a little boring. Please enjoy this highlighted version with narration to explain some of the things that are happening as you watch. Thanks. In 2013, my friend Captain Denny and I traveled offshore of Cedar Key, Florida. We anchored over a little rocky patch and intended to fish for black sea bass. Captain Denny got busy fishing right away. I fiddled with my GoPro Hero, not Hero 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, but just GoPro Hero. I zip tied it to a pinfish trap, it's a bait trap, and dropped it to the bottom about 25 or 30 feet below us. And then I too began to fish, and I just let the camera soak. That's a white grunt peering in the front of the trap and trying to get in. This video has been watched about 950,000 times since I put it up on YouTube. The most common comment that I get on this video is, "Hey, your holes are too small. You need to enlarge your holes so the big fish can get in." The thing is, this is a bait trap. It's not made to catch big fish, so yeah, it's a bait trap. These dark fish inside the trap are black sea bass. There's a big one trying to get in, but he's too big. I love these fish. They're goggly-eyed, they're pugnacious, they're curious. Really neat fish. And yes, they're good to eat too, which is why we were out there fishing. These guys are small enough to fit inside the bait trap. And of course, if they get caught, they're going to be released. They're too small to keep. In the meantime, they're having a great time on that bait. Watch the right corner of the trap. A fish will swim by that's different from all the rest. It's a wrasse, W-R-A-S-S-E, and there it goes right there past the corner of the trap, just past out of sight. The constant crackling soundtrack of this video is just the sound of the ocean. It's the sound of a lot of different things, but especially crustaceans, shrimps, and things like that and barnacles that are doing their business with their little hard-shelled bodies, and they're generating these sounds, and there's a variety of other things. And sound travels very well through water. The denser the medium, the better sound travels, and water's nice and dense. So we get lots of sounds, and it's coming from all around. There's that wrasse again. He's right at the entrance this time. I kind of feel sorry for the white grunt. He's not giving up. He keeps coming back and trying to figure it out. Like, why are the black sea bass getting all this yummy stuff and I'm not? But he's just not going to make it in there today. We let the trap soak for quite a while, but we were curious after time had gone by. We wanted to see what might have entered the trap. After all, it was a bait trap and we were looking for bait. So we hauled it up to the surface to take a peek. A quick peek and back down to the bottom. A little different view this time. There's some beautiful structure there, some rocks and different encrusting organisms. There's a sea fan in the background. There goes an eel in the background. He'll show up a little closer later. Our eel is now under the cage. You can just see him. He was just under that black sea bass, so keep an eye out for him. There he goes. He's slipping around underneath. I'm pretty sure our eel is a black edge moray eel. It's a very pretty fish. We had a few of these in our aquarium at the high school where I teach marine science. There's a selfie of the moray eel. Watch to your left of the bait box. Here he comes. Get ready. There he is. Next up, we have a black sea bass who sees his reflection in the camera lens and whacks it. Here he is. Boink. What a clown. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, this video was shot with the GoPro Hero. Not the Hero 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, blah, blah, blah. The Hero. And the quality still stands up. I have this original camera still. I use it whenever I feel like it's the camera to use. I have a 2, I have a 5, I have a 9, and all of them are great cameras, and obviously they've improved over time, but way to go, GoPro. This is a very good, long-lived product. The Gulf bottom is so sandy and basically plain for most of its area, so these little rock patches like this, which might be just a few chunks of limestone sticking up that provide a place for encrusting organisms to attach to and grow, these are oases of life. I mean, there's just so much life. You can see it just from this little trap drawing them close to the camera. Just a ton of life around any little outcrop, any little ledge of limestone or anything else out there and that provides structure out in the Gulf of Mexico. Of course, in this video, the fish are obviously front and center, and it's hard to miss them. But it's also hard to miss all the plankton in the water streaming by. There's a little current down here on the bottom, and you can see the material in the water drifting by. And a lot of these encrusting organisms that are all over the rocks are filter feeding that material out. And Cedar Key itself is world famous for its farm-raised clams that are grown out on leases out on the bottom of the Gulf of Mexico, just offshore. And those clams grow faster than any place else in the country, and that's literally because of the very clean coastal water conditions and then the resulting plankton population that feeds those clams, and our oysters too. Clams are a big farm crop though. Heading up again for another check of the trap. And immediately back down to the bottom. Top side, the wave action is kicked up a little bit, and so that's being transferred down the rope to the trap. That's what the bouncing is about. Watch to the right, a southern pufferfish will cruise into view and cross across the entrance of the trap in the background. Wait for it. Here he comes, right there. Moving across the opening of the trap right now. He's well camouflaged and a little out there, and he's not puffed because he's not stressed. If you've seen my viral video, Pufferfish Puffed, you're seeing a stressed pufferfish who got hooked and brought to the surface before being released. That fish that just swam by, that's what they look like on their normal, I'm just doing my pufferfish hunting, cruising thing, and I'm not freaked out and inflated. There's the wrasse again, cruising across from left to right. Watch the left corner near the entrance on the outside of the trap for there he is, a large black sea bass with a hump head. That's a male. He's a biggin. If you watch the right side of the trap, you'll see that there's actually two moray eels working this trap. There goes one, and there's one still under the trap. It looks like the moray got tired of working at that bait box from underneath, and he's come inside, and he's busy. He's working it. That's a nice one. Watch the front for the wrasse to come zipping by. There it is, crossing the front and to the right. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this video.